Okay, hi everyone. We have quorum, so we can begin. I will call this meeting to order at 6:03 p.m. and I will read the land acknowledgement. The city of Thorold is situated on treaty land. The land is steeped in the rich history of the First Nations, such as the Hattaway-Durong and the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabe, including the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. There are many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people from across Turtle Island that live and work in Niagara today. The city of Thorold stands with all Indigenous people, past and present, in promoting the wise stewardship of the lands on which we live. Are there any declarations of interest today? Can I get a mover and a seconder for the agenda? And if your camera's not on, you can just put up your little hand emoji if you would like.
Yeah, I'll move it.
Moved by Michael and seconded by Mohammed. Okay, and I'll call the question. All those in favor? All those opposed? That was carried. So now I will ask for a mover and a seconder from the minutes from July 13th, 2022. Mohammed, are you moving that, or is that from last time?
I'm moving.
Perfect. And then can I have a seconder? Seconded by Michael. I will call the question. All those in favor? All those opposed? That was carried. So we will start with some quick introductions. So please go around the room, say your name and why you wanted to be on the age-friendly committee. Sean, would you like to go first?
I'm Sean Dunsmore. I'm the manager of engineering for the city of Thorold. I do a lot of, my work includes a lot of the construction of active transportation facilities, including sidewalks and multi-use trails and parks for that matter. So being a part of this committee is important for me professionally, but I also am an avid cyclist myself. So.
Thank you. Megan.
Hi, I'm a planner with the city of Thorold. I've been on active transportation committees for other cities, and I'm kind of offered to be here as well. I love the concept of active transportation, so I'm here to help Sean and help you guys.
Thank you. Michael.
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Michael Milburn. I was on the Transportation Advisory Committee for a little bit last year and the year before, so I really did enjoy it. I'm pretty much a lifelong resident of Thorold. I'm in the supply chain industry, and I'm an avid cyclist as well. So I like walking around Thorold. I like riding my bike around Thorold. So this is a committee I do enjoy, and I hope I can make a difference on.
Thank you. Mohammed.
Hello all, my name is Muhammad. I have 4 dependent on me. I am currently a resident of Thorold, and I have been living in Thorold for past 3 years, and I'm in the transportation industry as working as a 3. We are currently running as a long distance work as well as local. So when I joined this committee, I was thinking that it would be something beneficial for me as well as my community.
Perfect. Thank you. And my name is Sydney. I am the legislative assistant. I work for the clerk's department. I will be attending committee meetings and taking minutes, and I will also be circulating the agendas and doing the administrative matters. So due to the subcommittee being re-advertised, since there are still vacancies and there's only 2 members today, it is our recommendation that we postpone the selection of chair and vice chair until the next meeting, if that's okay with everyone. Sure. Since there'll be more people there. So we'll move to item 9, which is the work plan. So we're tasked with coming up with a work plan for the next 3 years. So is there any discussion on what people would like to see over the next 3 years? These are mostly just goals that they would like. Mohammed, is your hand up, or is that from before?
Oh, it would be from before, I believe. Oops.
Okay. No worries.
Was there anything you guys were working on last year that needs to carry over?
Yeah, I mean, so last year we always try to do when we have the Canada Day parade, Canada Day festivities at Beaver Dams Park, we try to get some donations and try to put it towards prizes for people for like bike decorating contests we did last time. We also tried to, I think we do it pretty much every year, is get the grade 6s involved with bike safety training. So that's something that I thought was really helpful and something I did as a kid as well, is learning all about bike safety. So we had a program initiative doing that every year. I'm not sure if anyone is back from that committee or not. So I'll try my best to carry on the traditions of the community.
Has Thorold ever gone for the bicycle friendly awards?
Yes. As a matter of fact, we have. That was one of my suggestions for what a goal would be to repeat the application process for the bicycle friendly community applications. I believe we're currently a bronze member.
Okay.
And I believe that application for the next version of it, apparently it ages out. And to be re-nominated, there's a very long application.
Yeah. I put it together for Lincoln a few years ago. So there was a lot of things to it that I know the active transportation helped with putting the award together. So
yeah, and last time the active transportation committee took a real strong leadership role on that. And, I think we were just a little disappointed that we didn't get the silver rating that we were kind of aiming for.
Yeah, at least you got a rating.
Did Lincoln not get a rating?
No, they had just started in a committee that year or the year before, so I think the ward saw they were still pretty new at it. But
I think it's time to celebrate. Who's the best municipality in the Niagara region?
Thorold.
Yep.
And then I guess there's a summit with that possibly members could attend. Look to doing that.
Awesome. Is there any other ideas for goals that people would like to see over the next 3 years? This will also be compiled into a work plan, which we will discuss again at the next meeting. Okay. If there's nothing else for that one, we can move on with that and then rediscuss when there's, again, more people here. I understand there's only 2 people here today. So the next item is item 9.2 ATCSC 1 2023, which is the meeting schedule. So is there any discussion on when people would like to meet this year or this term? The staff recommendation is I believe it's the last Wednesday of each month at 6 p.m.
I'm okay with it so far.
I'm okay too.
Okay, can I get a mover and a seconder for that report? Moved by Michael. And seconded by Mohammed. I will call the question. All those in favor? All those opposed? That is carried. Okay, so next we will do a roundtable discussion. Michael, would you like to go first? Do you have anything for the roundtable today?
Well, I mean, I always bug Sean about the bike racks downtown. So, I mean, I'll keep bringing it up until maybe we can get some more out there.
Do we have a bicycle rack policy of what sort of bike racks we install?
Do we have a policy for it?
Yeah, because there are certain kinds of bike racks that are most effective.
I don't believe we have a policy for it, no.
Okay.
And we use a variety of things.
Yeah.
And as I said to Michael before, there's already bike racks downtown, but he wants more. Or what he wants is some of the ones that were taken out replaced. That's the best way to phrase that, right, Mike?
Well, yeah, and there's certain areas, like by Harry's and Karma Chameleon, where people are always leaving their bikes up on a pole or something. I just figured those people might want a bike rack. When I talk to some business owners out there, they're also interested in having one in front of their establishment.
Yeah, I don't want to make excuses. I'm certainly not trying to make excuses, but we have done the inventory of the ones that we took out. And we do need to powder coat them. That's really what the delay is us trying to re-powder coat them. Maybe though in the short term, we could go out and me and you could meet and we could talk about where you would like to see them.
Yeah, I'm open to do that because there's a couple areas. I did a PowerPoint presentation last year on this committee about it.
Did you?
So I can certainly send that over and then we
Yeah,
can
if you
have
could,
discussion
that'd be
and take a
great.
look.
Yeah, that's great. It really, we have to figure out what we need to do to them, and then we have to report to council on how to pay for that and so forth. So we are working on it. I will say it's not exactly number one on the priority list, but we are working on it. Okay.
So I guess another question would be is I know we have some bike lanes and I really love the one on St. David's goes to Brock. I try to use it as much as I can. Is there any plans in the city to expand, any plans of that nature?
I can answer that question with a resounding yes. Last couple of years ago, so the Active Transportation Committee, and I believe you were on it at the time, were involved in commenting and talking about our transportation master plan. And you can find that on our website right now, the transportation master plan. It actually identifies a active transportation network for this city. And that network is actually pretty extensive. We are slowly moving towards that. Right now, as of today, the contractor was supposed to start out on St. David's Road between Collier and the Avondale there. And he didn't start, just for your knowledge, but they were supposed to start today. And that's going to extend that multi-use trail along St. David's Road to Avondale, and then it'll eventually go further along. Our goal for that is to take it all the EA that we did for that shows that multi-use trail going all the way down to Front Street. And then what we would like to do after that is take it across Claremont Street. No, sorry, not Claremont Street, Regent Street, because Regent Street happens to run into the Welland Canal Trail at grade. They're at the exact right elevation at that point in time. And if we make that second connection into the Welland Canal Trail, right across the front of Tim Hortons and all that stuff, it would make it easy. If we go any further north, there's a big grade difference between the Welland Canal Trail and the roads, like Wellington, stuff like that. It's probably, in some spots, it's probably 20 feet. And anything further south, there's a big retaining wall along the Welland Canal Trail. So it would be very difficult there as well, right up until you get to the point where it's currently connected. So those are our goals that we're working on. They're not easy and they're very expensive. And so it does become a real budget issue. The other thing that you may see in the very near future is Port Robinson Road. With the urbanization of Port Robinson Road that went on last year, they're supposed to be installing bike lanes along that road as well. So we are making progress on that. You'll notice on our website that we have a project out there right now for an environmental assessment for, I forget what we're calling it, but essentially it's the connection between Cotmire Road and Eggeter Road down in Port Robinson, by the ES Fox and by Castro Pignano and stuff down there. That is also intended to have, or one of the conversations that need to happen is we need to make a decision as to whether we're going to put active transportation on that brand new road that we're contemplating building, that connection. So what we would like to see is participation by this group to comment on these things and help us advance active transportation where it's necessary and where it's makes all sorts of sense. Was that a long answer to that question, or was that my imagination?
No, that was perfect. Thanks.
Awesome. Mohammed, do you have anything for the roundtable today?
Just curiosity that I got into know that do we have any like a plan for renting a bike, or like is there any stand? I heard it that we have a stand for the rental stand, but I was kind of curious that if we have a bike in our budget, or is there any system in place or no?
There used to be Canal Bike Rentals used to be a private company that ran out of downtown, and they rented bicycles for tours down the Welland Canal Trail. I'm not sure, but I think he folded up that business. I will say that at the very least, he's hiding it very well, which probably isn't good for business, but it was a private business. The city has never got into subsidizing that approach or subsidizing that type of business because there's a liability issue there that the city doesn't like taking on that liability. At the same time, I've also had some brief maybe conversations with Brock and the city of St. Catharines to talk about having a company come to town with the rental of powered scooters.
Nice.
If that's of interest, I could certainly put you in contact with some of the people who were involved with the bike rental and then were involved with the conversation about having this company come with the powered scooters.
Nice. Thank you.
Megan, do you have anything for the roundtable?
I don't at this time.
Sean, do you have anything for the roundtable?
I know it feels like I've been talking the whole time, but what I really want to be everybody to be aware of is these things that these initiatives that the city and or the region and or the city of St. Catharines come out with, because they all have a direct or indirect effect on us. I believe the city of St. Catharines right now is going through a master planning process for their transportation, similar to ours. And it's important for us to have a voice on some of those comments, because they have the same exact issues, is that if we want to go someplace, usually the place that we want to go isn't necessarily in Thorold. We may start in Thorold, but we don't end in Thorold. And so having those connections between us and the other municipalities and being aware of their progresses on these things is very important. As I said, I believe the city of St. Catharines is going through a transportation master planning process. I think Pelham has got an active transportation committee similar to this, and they've been trying to push forward the rails to trails, the bike trail along the old CN tracks that essentially crosses Thorold and connects right to the Welland Canal Trail, which is really why Pelham wants to do it, is they want to have that connection to the Welland Canal Trail. So participating with them and coordinating with them and having a voice, because the other thing, I believe the region has recently put back their committee for the Welland Canal Trail. And I think we should or I think they call it the Greater Niagara Circle Road. And because that comes right through the city of Thorold, I think we should have a voice on that committee as well to help steer or at least comment on what it is that they're hoping to achieve. And I believe that Rails to Trails trail is one of those things that the Greater Niagara Circle Road is trying to work through as well. Okay.
Perfect, thank you. So there's nothing else for roundtable. The next meeting will be scheduled for March 29th at 6 p.m. And then if there's no last comments, the meeting will be adjourned. Thanks everyone for coming today.